MissMalini, and I am so excited today, not only because it's a Friday, but because I'm here with Radhika Apte. And you are one of my favorite women of all times. I just want to tell you. I think you're super cool. So Raz, क्या मतलब coolness का?
Coolness ka. I think just chill.
Like, born with it. Some people
Just
are.
just be.
Just be, man. Just be yourself. Okay, I want to tell you that right now there's just you're everywhere. You're just killing on Instagram, on covers, all your movies everyone's talking about. But the fact of the matter is you've been doing this for a while, right? So how, like, what do you think changed? Like, what has happened?
Actually, it's true that I've been doing it for a while, but it's also not true in the sense that I moved to Bombay only in end of 2012. So it's been only 3 years, 13, 14, 15, really. And before that, I sort of used to come do a film if I got an offer, go back to Pune, or I was studying dance, or I was doing martial arts in Kerala, or I was doing theatre in Pune. So that was my priority, not films really. But I made films my priority in the year 2013 when I moved and I decided whatever.
But what do you mean it wasn't your priority? You were just like,
I wasn't sure I want to do films.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
but considering your first films worked really well, and like your work was appreciated.
I haven't seen them even. I mean, it's this is all going online. What I mean to say, I was not here for the release. Because I was studying, of course.
Yeah.
But I literally did them because I wanted to experience it, and I had a great time. I must say. But it wasn't like, oh my god, I want to become a film actress.
Okay.
It's only after I came back from London and I moved here, and then slowly I was like, okay, maybe that's what I want to do.
So what do you think changed?
I don't know, just got some vision.
That's all you need sometimes. Okay, for everyone watching live, please know you know this. You can send in questions while this is happening and we will pass them on. Okay, now Phobia's trailer.
Yeah.
My god.
Yeah, it's good, huh?
My god.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that trailer? And I watched it before I went to sleep, so I was obviously not sleeping.
Right.
Because I'm like, ye to koi aa jayega ghar pe. How was the experience? What is the film? Tell us something.
So the film is it's a psychological thriller. It's about a girl Mehak who it's like you and I, really, like, you know, independent working artist. She's a painter, chilled out, outgoing, liberal, very and one day something happens which suddenly she becomes agoraphobic. Agoraphobic, you can't step out of the house. You're really afraid of open spaces, and it's a disorder. It's not like something that it's actually physical as well. So that happens, and she's really suddenly her world changes, and then she's locked in this house because she can't step out, and then things start going wrong in the house, which is why where the whole thriller element comes. But I think it's important an important film because, you know, in the world in general, and especially in our country as well, people aren't aware of phobias.
Yeah.
Them being a disorder. Like now in cities, somewhat we started recognizing depression, that you need treatment for depression and blah blah blah. But for phobias, people don't recognize it. People think, "Yeah, pagal ho gaya, kya ho gaya, pata nahi isko."
And or like whatever, attention seeking, ki makeup.
Attention seeking, ye kya kar raha hai? But no, it's actually something very, very, very serious, and I think the awareness needs to be.
So when you do a movie like this, is it like, does it not start sort of messing with your head a little bit because you're living that character?
Not really. I mean, I'm pretty good at switching on and off. I haven't yet met a character which has really screwed up with my brain. But what does happen to me is that it's very strange, and I'm not making this up. A lot of times when I'm really engrossed in something, a similar thing start happening in my own life. No. I mean, not like the phobia. Like phobia was. What I mean to say is that I was actually researching on panic disorder when Pawan approached me, because I was writing a piece on a girl traveling in Badrinath who has a panic disorder, and I was working with a friend who has panic disorder. So I was actually in the middle of the research, and he said that there's a girl and she has and I'm like, this is serendipity, because it's really amazing. So these things happen a lot in my life, which is amazing because I think things happen for a reason and they come at the right time.
Always. Okay, so you are known for doing like very different roles, and roles are like, you know, like it's all your roles are very important female characters. Is it a conscious decision? Like, would you do like one tidbit in some bada hero ki picture?
Depends whether I like it or not. Okay. It's not that it's a conscious decision. I've never made any plans of any sorts, so it's not a conscious decision. But yeah, whatever comes, I choose what I like. But very surprisingly, I've been offered a few films for the next coming time, of course, I don't know how many of them will materialize, but surprisingly, all female leads, not issue based, but female protagonists, and completely different from one another. Like, I was just like, oh my god, like, really, is it coming? So I'm hoping that it happens, because if it does happen, it's really quite an interesting palette.
That's very cool. Okay, so I also wanted to ask you, like, you, Kalki, Radhika,
Yeah.
Swara, you know, all of you, like, Huma, all of you are doing very interesting work, and also all of you get along really well, which is, you know, it's not something you get to see. And when I say get along really well, you're constantly also promoting other people's films and, you know, like, talking about each other. So, is it hard? Like, you know, because sometimes all of you might be competing for the same role sometimes.
Yeah, but you know, it's like I'm really good friends with Kalki, and I'm pretty good friends with Richa, Aditi, Huma, and Swara. Little bit, don't know that well, but of course I'll do absolutely anything to promote her film. But I think somehow we feel that we come from the same place, and we all have such compassion for each other and each other's work and appreciation that seriously, if a role from me goes to Kalki, it doesn't matter.
Really?
Like, I'm not just saying it. It really doesn't matter. And Kalki and I talk about it so much that, "Arey, haan, tu kar rahi hai, theek hai." I mean, you know, it literally becomes that, because I don't know what it is, but it's so, like, there's so much harmony, and that's so healthy. That's really healthy.
And that's so refreshing to see more than anything else.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah, being jealous. It's like rubbish.
Okay, so I found out. Okay, we have questions.
Yeah, someone wants to know, how do you keep the balance between commercial and art cinema?
So-
as you call it?
Yeah, so basically, I don't like to make it into commercial and art cinema anyway. I think it's just cinema, and there's good and bad cinema. Sometimes you do good cinema, sometimes you do bad cinema because you want the money. So
Not
that's
Radhika, she does only good cinema.
now.
Now. Yes.
Okay, Mayura wants to know, do you have any phobia?
I don't have a disorder, phobia, like, but I've had panic attacks in my life. I was about to have one in the morning.
And then she met me.
No kidding. But I don't have major phobias. But you know, small things, of course. Like I don't like rats. I'm scared of rats or lizards, or drowning, or death of closed ones. Or if I say a horror film, then I can't sleep in the night.
Basically the horror film, everything
Yeah.
else she's okay with. Okay, I actually found out something yesterday that's still blowing my mind. Radhika Apte, you're married to a beautiful British man. Where are you hiding him? Why is it there enough about this gentleman?
Yeah, he's like a media shy, really media shy. So if there's an interview, he'll just like stand there and go like, no, you go. So he really doesn't like being in front of the camera, which is absolutely fine. But he's a musician.
Yeah.
He plays the viola and he's into contemporary improvised music. I mean, he's of course
And we are never going to get to see him, basically.
No, he's composing. He composes film music background also. So he did a lot of films which went to festivals. But his big film now, Urta Punjab, he's done background score for.
Oh, my God. Who would have thought? I got damn excited. I'm like, what? Why is this information not known? Speaking of information that is not known, so you probably know about this, you probably don't, I don't know. But back in the day, there was this Coffee with Karan episode, okay? Right? And then at that time, there was this whole like, oh, but she's dating Tushar and Ekta doesn't like you, but like, what's up? For years, we believed you were dating Tushar Kapoor.
I'll tell you if I tell you honest, I think I'm never going to get work with
But you
Balaji.
had work with him and you also know how to act,
But-
so that's a bonus.
No, it's really funny actually. I look at it really. So I did a show in the city and I went to London to study contemporary dance. So I don't even have Tushar's mobile number. Okay, so
That's
I went
really
to so I went to London and then this news article started coming and I was like, what is this? And it was very new for me. And I'm like, and I remember I was sitting with my roommate, my flatmate in London, and I was like eating dinner after school on Valentine's Day, and the news was that I'm with Tushar in Goa. So so we were laughing about it. We were like, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't know what this is. And then Coffee with Karan happened.
Yeah.
And I was in the middle of my exam. Not that it affected me anyway. Like, I was getting a lot of phone calls from Balaji saying that we need you for promotions. And I'm like, are you joking? Like, I was like, you're bitching about me and you want me for promotions. I'm like, I don't understand. Then my friends were calling me saying, do you need to give a statement? I'm like, I can't be bothered, yeah. You know? So I didn't do anything about it and I said I couldn't come. I really couldn't come for promotions because I was in the middle of the exam. So I would have come. And then I came and then I realized that there was no truth in it. You know, somebody gave the news out.
Somebody.
Now
Quote,
who is that
unquote.
somebody?
Quote,
Quote,
unquote.
unquote.
Somebody.
But
Okay.
then nothing is true.
But nothing's happening. So for the record, this is happening. She has never dated Tushar Kapoor.
And I never met Ekta before that. I met Ekta 2 years later. 2 years after Coffee with Karan episode. I had never met Ekta.
Was it weird that did you tell her like, bro, what's
So
up?
yeah, I did. Like, that discussion we have after
Off camera.
If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.